Hi friends, welcome back to the mess. Yesterday we made a video of about 30 minutes playing with embellishments and prep. And then today I cleaned, not this space, but the other counter. And then I took a bunch of things off of this counter that I thought there's no way I would use, just to thin it out a little bit and give us some breathing room. Then I thought today we'd make a card or two. I have a bit of time and I thought, well, let's make something and see what happens. Some of these things that I have laid out, I experimented with a little bit while I was off camera. Remember how I've talked to you about when you watch people lay things out and it looks so easy? It's because they've used those dyes and sentiments together before, or they've used those products. So I was experimenting with this, and do I like it? I like it, but I don't feel like it does the dye justice, right? This one, this is a little too big, I think, to really let it sing. So maybe we'll turn it the other way. Then, ooh, that's better. I like that. It shows it better. Okay, so that way we might do it. But I just wanted you to see that sometimes we try things or we've used them. Some of my stamps I've had for, well, let's just say longer than your grandkids have been around. How about that? Or something like that. Let's just say a little while. So over the years, I know how they look on a card and how many flowers I can put around them. So I just kind of wanted to point that out. I do like it this way. Do you guys? Okay, I'm going to glue this off camera just so you don't have to watch me deal with the happy birthday. And in case you're new, I'm going to use art glitter glue, wet glue, and it's going to take a little while. So we'll do that off camera. Let's think about what we want for the rest of the card front. It's not going to be this one, right? Oh my gosh, that's a lot going on. Wouldn't it be fun? Oh my gosh, I bet Cheryl's excited if we could find a touch of yellow. Now, I did this die cutting at Tony's, so this isn't my paper, but I'm sure I have yellow. We'll dig into my solid cardstock bin. This isn't right. This is too lemony, not yellowy orangey. I have a lot of that because it came from that estate sale, I think. So let's see if I have something a little bit yellowy orangey in here. That's not a color I would use up, so I'm sure we have it. And many of you are horrified that I don't sort by color. I know, but I am not a detail sorter. That's just not my system. Oh look, I did sort them by size. Remember that? We were doing scraps. Okay, this is the same. What about this one? It's just too orange. This does have like orangey dots back here, but it's also not wide enough to be the layer behind it. Now remember, I'm not really a yellow person. It's not something I get excited about. Okay, I think we'll try it with that. If it's a narrow enough layer, it should work. And it's somewhat, I mean, it's a lot closer to that than I thought. So, okay, we'll use that. Actually, let's use this one because it's already smaller. I did get out my specialty paper bin too because I thought iridescent paper would be kind of fun. Okay, then we'll put it there. We might have some flowers or embellishments. I know, I'm sure we do. I guess I shouldn't say might. That would be fun on this. We could bring in some yellow and blue. And maybe let's not put it straight. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so we'll think about it like that. And in fact, I'm going to glue. No, that'll be a nightmare. I was going to glue that down, but if I mess up when I'm putting these two layers together, I have more of these, so I want to wait. So we'll have this one, then what do we think about this? Nah, still kind of a lot, isn't it? What if we repeat that paper? Ooh, that's kind of fun. I think maybe that one, or what about something a little darker like this, so it just kind of lets your brain rest for a minute? And it sort of has a pattern similar to this. Okay, I like that one. That's what I'm going to put together. So in the done video, you probably saw that card. Or I forgot to make it. Could go either way. I put it in my TV bin. Mr. Crafting and Relaxing is home, so I'm sure that we will end up watching TV. Last night we watched a movie that was on quite a while ago. It was a Lifetime movie, and it was Reba, and it was called The Hammer. I don't know. If you're a Reba fan, you should probably watch it. Okay, when I was playing off camera, I ran across these, and I thought this would be fun together, especially with the polka dots and the repetition of it. This morning when I was exercising, I watched a Jess Crafts video, and she had a template where she had a pretty big section, and she put a tag on it, and I thought it would be super fun with a mini envelope. So I'm envisioning a card with this paper, then we can probably use some of these scraps, and I don't know if I'll look at her video and follow it exactly, or if I'll just look at it and say, ballpark. You never know about me. But I'm thinking these two go together. And so I'm going to put this in my bin for the same reason, for my TV bin. Sometimes I put in like one headphone and then I can still check out a video or something, especially if you've already watched it and you just want to go back to it. And she has templates, so I could download it. Heck, if we get 2 cards made today, I'm going to be excited. Okay, look at these. Noni's been doing wax seals. And I'll tell you guys, I've been crafting long enough that, let's just say I did it already, right? Been there, done that, donated it. So I'm not going to buy them, but how gorgeous are these? Look at these. So as I was tidying today, she gave me a bunch of these for my birthday. And I thought these would be fun colors. And let's look at maybe... I wonder if we could put one in on this, and that could be our thing down below. What do you think? Or the ginkgo, because it's a little bigger. Are you guys using these on cards, and do they hold up okay? Oops, you're zoomed. Because, too big. I really liked this guy. I mean, does he go? Not really. Does everything always have to make sense? No. That is so cute. The leaf is probably the perfect size, but I really like the hummingbird. Let's look. She gave me a little box of them, so hopefully I can find it. But you know, things don't always have to make sense. Ooh, that's cute with the white and the flowers. I mean, we already said happy birthday, but oh, that's cute. For you. Look at that. That's really cute. Noni, there's some good ones in here. Oh my gosh. Anyway, do they hold up on cards? Oh, look at this bee one. It's kind of beehive-ish. Is it kind of hexagon-y? That might be a stretch. Oh, well, that's just cute anyway. What do you do when you love them all? I think that one might be kind of the perfect size. See, this one was a little tall. Okay, so I'm going to glue this together, and then I'm going to put one of these on. I think it's going to be the bee. They're so cute. Oh, this one's cute too, but the colors aren't the same at all. Anyway, I don't know for sure if these hold up. I probably wouldn't recommend mailing the card because of the hand stamped thing, but I don't know. Maybe you guys are doing it and it works fine. They're coming through on wedding invitations just fine, so maybe it'll work. I'm going to try that. I have this, but we already used one of these, and I want to play with variety in these cards, so I'm going to set this aside. We're going to rule it out if we already used it. Just like we're not going to use any of these same dies here because we already used them. But I did put the layers in my TV bin. I should probably just put my TV bin closer. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, I really like this thing we made yesterday. Look at that with the blue in there. Oh, that is cute. Okay, what kind of a card do we want? You know what else would be fun? Iridescent paper with the iridescent flowers. I bought this at Michael's. Has it been a year? It's been a long time. It takes a long time to use this pack up. There we go. And I could do a circle behind this. I might. But I think more than anything, it'd be really nice to have this. This paper is almost like waves. Like I should do a sea thing with this. What do we want our sentiment to be? I have tiny happy birthday. I have a tiny miss you. What about, I know in yesterday's video we had the happy birthday, so it must be here. Happy birthday. This happy birthday is probably a little big. That would be cute. And it would be stamped on white, so you'd have white, white, white. Miss You is cute, and it's probably about the right size for the vertical. I just never use a card that says Miss You. I don't know. I guess it's the same as thinking of you. But so many of you, I don't see you, so it's weird to say I miss you, I guess. Does that make sense? That really only makes sense for someone you might have seen normally. I think we should try this one. We'll stamp it, and then we'll do a tiny die cut. Another one that would be really cute if I was a little more organized is Joy. I'm sure we have a tiny Joy stamp that we could die cut. If we die cut this and don't like it, we could think about putting an actual die cut here instead of a stamped sentiment. Does that make sense? I try to just put all my white scraps together. This one, we might have trouble cutting the circle, so let's not go that small. There we go. Let's try that one. Because you use white. You use it so much for your sentiments and different things. Oh, I just remembered, you guys. We have this ink. So this is Something Borrowed paper. Here we go. Something Borrowed. While we're at it, let's stamp two. It just does not make sense when you get out a stamp and ink to only stamp one. So let's put one here. Beautiful. Maybe I pressed a little hard. And one here, and we should be able to circle both of those with a die and get them out of there just fine. If anyone is best friends with Catherine Pooler, tell her I'm waiting for a paper pad and suede shoes too. Big time. Let's set this aside to die cut it. I'll cut this paper, and I only left 1/8 of an inch around this paper, as big as I could possibly go on a card front without making it the exact size. Uh-oh, Houston, we don't have any card bases except cream. Okay, well, we're not going to use cream card bases for this. Oh, look at that. So that'll be another thing that I do while I'm watching TV tonight is make card bases. And then we'll die cut this. This is going to be a cute one. Okay, you'll have to wait until the video to see how it turns out. What I do is, as I'm working through, if I wasn't making you a video, I would still set this aside just to be sure it's totally dry before I die cut it. And I think this is going to be a cute one. Okay, card bases. I'm going to forget that. And then in an upcoming video, you're going to hear it. Okay, this yesterday we put the pen on it and we used this really light blue glaze. It doesn't show the color at all. It does have some dimension and show the shine, but that's just something to keep in mind. They're maybe a little bit translucent, so that navy just comes right through. So on the bright side, if you don't have a dark one, you can try your other colors and they go with all your dark papers, right? I wonder if you could use this one on black if you didn't have a black one and anyone would notice the difference. Now let's see, is this just too much of a stretch? There's a lot going on here. Oh, it's kind of cute. I can live with that color. Now, I don't know which paper I want with the wood grain. I kind of like this wavy one. I'm into this. It's a little less geometric than some of the others. You can tell Catherine I'd like some organic patterns too while you're at it. Okay. See, they're all pretty geometric, which for me is a stretch, but the colors are so wonderful and the quality of these papers is really nice to work with. I don't know about this, you guys. Are you feeling it? What if we put some navy with it? What if we had a navy layer and then a navy? I don't know. We could go nautical. That's weird, though. I don't like the horizontal waves and the vertical boards. That'll drive me batty. Is that weird? I think I'm just not feeling this with this. So let's set it aside. We'll put it in the, definitely not going to use it. Oh my gosh. I love this one. We have that little tiny extra birthday that's drying, but I think it's too small. What if we did this? Oh my gosh, I know I said we weren't going to use this die again. But what if we did? That's pretty fun. Except, had I planned it together, I would have gone an even darker navy in the background. Let's try. Let's look around a little more. Okay, here's a happy birthday that's a double layer, and it's my die that I have here. So what if we go like this, and then we tuck it right here, and we go super dark navy like this, and then one of those. So the way I'm going to do this, because, you know, you talk and then you get sidetracked, is I want this at an angle. I don't want it straight. I'm going to tape my die. This is really old tape. That's why you're seeing purple tape. So if you're wondering where I got that, I'm not even sure they make it anymore, right? That whole thing changed. This is a different purple tape. This one's okay. Noni and I tried it. I didn't love it. So I'm going to put this here. And then this one, let's find Night of Navy, I'm thinking. Now, when I have like a Stampin' Up! Color pack thing, I almost always put it right back in the same, yeah, let's try that, in the package. I don't just put it in a scrap bin. And let's cut this out of this card base right here, so we're not even wasting any paper. Look at us. Okay, so we'll cut these two, then it'll go on here. Then we might do a navy layer around the edge, which if we do, we probably have this one right here ready to go. So we could have it back here after we cut that space out of it. I think that's going to be cute. This one will be fun because I haven't really gotten into like the mixed media junky cards lately. Junky meaning junk journaling type stuff and weird things, like this fabric was trash. So I'm making two piles. One is I could sit down and work on it while I'm watching TV, and the other one is die cutting. You know, sometimes I watch TV and die cut, but to cut out of that big card base, I need to use my bigger die cutter, so not TV. I think we've only been filming for 20 minutes. You might not be dying of boredom yet. The only other thing I'd like to try is I've got a bit of purple sitting here. Ooh, let's play with this. Let's start by opening the package. If I had taken this thing out of the package like a year ago, I bet Kathy sent this to me over a year ago, I would have been more likely to use it. If I leave things in the package, it's like I'm saving them. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Okay, I'm thinking because of the shape of this item, a vertical card, what if we find some kind of vertical sentiment to go with it? And this is literally how I do it sometimes. I don't have a set way that I always make cards. Sometimes I'm trying to use just the paper collection, you know, cleaned off the counter and just using the stickers and the paper. But other times I'm just finding things and saying, what would work? Okay, this is a really nice vertical stamp. What a beautiful difference one single life made. The only thing about this is I mail my sympathy cards a lot because even if it's someone I work with or see on a regular basis, I like them to be able to read them on their own time and their own terms, right? I don't put it on someone's desk if it's a sympathy card. So maybe this isn't good for sympathy. What about, I've only done this on a journal page. What about this? The joy of the journey is best measured by the friends, not the miles. That would be an awesome thinking of you card. See, I don't think you're going to be able to mail that. It would just be a good card for a fun friend. I love those two items together, but I'm always trying to think, would I use it? Would I use that card, or is it going to sit around here forever? I have quite a few stamps this shape, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I want a tall, skinny one. I think we should try these two together and see what we think. If nothing else, I can always put it, sometimes I use my bulky cards with a journal purchase or something like that from my Etsy store because I'm going to have a big package anyway, so I couldn't mail it as just a stamp, you know, but it fits in the envelope okay. Or I could just give it to somebody because it's too cute. I think it's going to be cute. Of course, we should use the Something Borrowed ink. And if you haven't tried Catherine Pooler's inks, they are amazing. Amazing. I mean, I don't know her, I've never met her, but I can tell you, I am smitten with her products. Okay, then the next thing, I was thinking we should make something with purple, because we have purple. I set out a few purple things, but I don't know if we're going to get that far. Okay, let's make this. Let's think about, how's it going to go? Maybe an oval. Oh, an oval would be cool, especially with the shape of that. That's going to be tricky, though, because it's so long. Oh, that one might work. Let's see. Let's try it. I mean, it might be really, really close, but let's try it. So some people, we were talking about it one day in a group of crafters, some people die cut and then stamp. I think you can do that if you're using a stamp positioner, but when you're using older stamps that are wood block, then for me, I always want to stamp first and then die cut it, just like we did on that other one. Because otherwise, how would I get that tiny stamp perfect? Or how would I get this one perfect? So we have our white scraps. And you'll notice, I'm sure I have other stamps and I may have verticals. You may have watched me so much that you're like, Sarah, you're forgetting about, such and such. Well, what I'm thinking is, I use a lot of my wood block stamps because they're on the wall. I just look around right behind my camera mount and say, okay, what would be cute? That is my butterfly. If you're not familiar with Clutterbug, I am definitely a butterfly. And I have to see things. So I'm sure I have lovely sentiments in the drawer. But the ones I see are the ones that get used. Oh, that's gorgeous. I think we can make that happen. That's going to be cute. Okay, so let's go. This might get lost a little bit in a busy pattern. So what if we go this one, this paper. Oh, it's sticky. Hang on. Let me put it back on its clear thing so we can move it around however we want. Go like this. And then we put that, and we would put those two on there and maybe decorate something else too. Too soon to tell. And then do we want another pattern on the back? I think we do. I think we're going to want more layers, but first let's let it dry and die cut it. That's not the one, is it? Nope, it's this one. And this is, I'm pretty sure, a polka doodles die. It was in a set of 4, and some are dotted like this and some aren't. Okay, so we're done. We're going to call it a video and call it done. This is my die cutting pile, and I'll give this a minute, and then I'll come back and die cut all these, and then I'll put all of this into my TV watching bin, and then I'm ready to watch TV. This I'm not going to worry about today unless I get far enough down there, but you never know. Maybe we'll watch a couple movies. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.